Cat TV is celebrating 30 years of community media. Help support Cat TV's next 30 years by becoming a member today. Your membership will help us continue covering meaningful, local content. Thank you for supporting your local community media station.
My name is Mary Garish. I'm the moderator for this meeting. The meeting was duly noticed to the legal voters of the town of Southeast towns included in Southeast Vermont Union Elementary School District, which is this board. And those towns include Bennington, Pownell, Shaftesbury, and Woodford. And the voters were notified of 8 articles to be voted on either by absentee ballot, which was due today, or in person, in which case they can vote tomorrow. And so in light of that, and having been duly noticed, the information on the remote hearing was also on the notice, let me say. So in that case, I would like to call this meeting to order at 6:32 p.m. And we have a number of items to discuss. First, I will entertain a motion to either accept or make an addition or a deletion to the agenda. If you have such a motion, please unmute yourself and make the motion.
Mary, I would move that we approve the agenda as posted.
Thank you.
Second.
Was that Scott? Who seconded? Scott? Yeah, okay. Thank you. So all in favor, please unmute yourself and say aye.
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 All opposed, please unmute yourself and say no, or say nay. Okay, any abstentions, please unmute yourself and say abstaining. All right, it sounds like the motion carries unanimously and the agenda is accepted. I don't know if we have any members of the public, or how many members of the public, I should say, we have on this meeting, but it would be my intention to announce the agenda item and then hear comments or reports from the board members and then open it to public comments. So when we do open it to public comments, please raise your hand if you have a comment. So the first agenda item is the next agenda item is to hear the reports of the school district board of directors. So I am not sure which one of you is going to present that, but Chris, are you ready to present that?
Yes, Mary, and I'll keep it brief. Thank you very much. For the members of the public who are watching this evening, the Southwest Vermont Union Elementary School District has put forth a budget which is in the amount of $26,425,265. This results in an equalized educational spending per equalized pupil of $18,927. In terms of the effect on the tax rates, those citizens of Bennington will see an increase in their tax rate of 0.0195 cents. Pownell will see an increase of 0.0004 cents. Shaftesbury will see a rate increase of 0.02. Let me say that again, 0.029 cents. And the folks of Woodford actually will see a decrease in their tax rate. For those who recall last year, because of the way that the tax rates rolled out that year, Woodford residents had a much higher increase than the other towns. This year, actually, Woodford has a decrease of their tax rate of 0.0805 cents. So that budget allows for a few things. Primarily, one of the major sources of that budget is in the introduction of more staff in our schools. As we have seen, more and more responsibilities are falling to schools in terms of the wellness of children. So it's not merely the education that's being delivered in schools. It's things like meals, it's things like counseling, it's things like other mental health services. And in recognition of that, this budget allows for the creation of 4 additional student support workers in the form of social workers and clinicians and interventionists. It also allows for 2 new teacher positions. It also allows for $200,000 for school maintenance projects, and these will be in addition to COVID relief dollars that are also available. Specifically, we'll use the COVID relief dollars specifically will be used to improve upon air quality and circulation in our schools. So with that, that concludes the report from the school board of directors. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you very much, Chris. So at this time, are there any other board members that would like to comment on that comprehensive report? And if not, if there are any members of the public who would like to comment, would you please raise your hand? And I will look and see if I see any hands raised. And not seeing any hands raised, we will move on to the next agenda item, which is to review and discuss Article 5. Shall the voters of Southwest Vermont Union Elementary School District authorize the school board of directors to borrow money in anticipation of tax revenues to meet the current operating expenses of the district during the 2022-2023 school year? And is there anyone on the board who would like to present on that before we ask for public comment? Not hearing any. I'll ask if there are any members of the public who have a comment on that. Would you please raise your hand? And when I say raise your hand, I'm asking you to raise it on the Zoom, not just in the air, because I can't, even my gallery view, I can't see everyone. Okay, thank you. Not hearing any requests for public comment, we'll move on to the next agenda item, which is to review and discuss Article 6. Shall the voters of the Southwest Vermont Union Elementary School District authorize the school board of directors to transfer and expend funds as necessary from the established and audited capital reserve fund for capital expenses of the Union District? Is there anyone on the board who would like to address that issue? If there's any member of the public that would like to comment on that issue, please use the raise hand function. Not hearing any and not seeing any raised hands on the participant list, we will move on to the next agenda item, which is to review and discuss Article 8. Shall the voters of the school district approve the school board to expend $26,425,265, which is the amount the school board has determined to be necessary for the ensuing fiscal year. It is estimated that this proposed budget, if approved, will result in education spending of $18,927 per equalized pupil. This projected spending per equalized pupil is 15.57% higher than spending for the current year. Is there any board member that would like to address or review that article? Are there any members of the public who would like to raise their hand on the raise hand function to comment on that article? Not seeing any raised hands and not hearing any comments, we will move on to the discussion of other non-binding business, if there is any. Does anyone on the board have any non-binding business they would like to introduce? If a member of the public has any non-binding business they would like to introduce, please raise your hand with the Zoom function. Okay, not seeing any and not hearing any.
Mary, I'm sorry. This is Chris Murphy again.
I'm sorry, Chris, go ahead.
I'm sorry for interrupting, and I think I missed my opportunity to do this. I intended to do this, but I should have done this when you first introduced that point of business. This is non-binding, but I did just want to take a moment to acknowledge all of the years of service that Cindy Brownell has done. This board is new, but certainly her work with the Pownell School Board before that. Cindy is taking a well-earned retirement once her term is up tomorrow. So just once again wanted to recognize all the work that Cindy has put in throughout the years and just thank her for donating her time like that. So thanks, Cindy. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Chris, and thank you, Cindy, and thank you for bringing up that really important point. I'm glad that you didn't let me overlook it. And on behalf of the public, I would also like to thank Cindy. Are there any other issues that anyone would like to bring up at this time? Not hearing any, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Who seconded?
Give it to Cindy.
Okay. All right. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed, please unmute yourself and say opposed. All right, the motion carries and we are officially adjourned at 6:42 p.m. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you, everybody on the board.
Thank you, Cindy.
everyone.
Thank you.
And
Cat TV is celebrating 30 years of community media. Help support Cat TV's next 30 years by becoming a member today. Your membership will help us continue covering meaningful, local content. Thank you for supporting your local community media station.